So be it, Jedi. He's no good to me dead.
You will never find a more wretched hive of scum and villainy.
You know what's going on?
Okay, everybody, welcome back to Star Wars After Hours. We have a very fun episode tonight. We have a special guest, me and Josh, per usual, and our buddy Steven, Mr. Steven Lindgren, longtime Star Wars fan. Happy to have you on the show, my man.
Happy to be here. Looking forward to our conversation.
It's going to be a good one. So Solo is in the books. I don't remember if I said that or not already. I might have. But that's what we're going to be talking about today. First, though, before we get into it, there's a lot to talk about. Let's get the ads out of the way. Let's pay some bills, and then we'll get right into it.
All right. So first, go to audibletrial.com/Star Wars After Hours for a 30-day free trial, a free audiobook, and if you cancel, you keep that audiobook. Right now there's Star Wars The Last Jedi novelization, which is really good, and then also Last Shot, a Han and Lando novel, which is a really cool adventure that it's funny because it takes place both before, like after Solo, and then right after Return of the Jedi, when Ben Solo is a baby. So it like jumps back and forth in time.
I think, I heard about that, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, it's a pretty good audiobook, so check that out. And talks all about Lobot and a bunch of stuff. It's pretty cool. So, if you like audiobooks, you can choose from thousands of books. It doesn't have to be Star Wars, but
It should be.
It definitely should be.
Gotta be.
So, audible.com or audibletrial.com/Star Wars After Hours. And secondly, Stefan.
Also, mycomicshop.com. Now, this is a place where you can get raw comics, every variant you'd ever want, old, new. Pretty sure they have some trade paperbacks. Pretty much whatever you want. You can get them graded. I feel like I'm repeating myself a lot. You can get them graded, raw. I said all this, all the variants. mycomicshop.com. Go there, do that. You can get there through our website as well. mycomicshop.com.
Yeah.
That was I think that's the worst ad read I've ever done.
Great job.
Thanks.
Yeah, we should get Steven to do one. That's it. And
I'm going to
also,
replace myself if that happens.
If I make you nervous, I'm sorry.
All right, so let's go back. First, one thing that I wanted to touch on, as you can watch me go through my slides if you're watching the video. There's Star Wars Galactic Nights at Star Wars Hollywood Studios. Pretty much, it's going to be Star Wars Hollywood Studios. Disney's Hollywood Studios in Florida. They had a panel about Galaxy's Edge, the new land, and there's some really cool things. And so I just wanted to talk about a few pictures, or they release videos, but I'll put links to the panel and stuff like that in the description.
Cool. I didn't see this, so why don't you take it away?
Okay.
Dead air.
Fill it. For some reason this just wasn't loading for me.
So this is, what is it, like a map or something? You said?
No, it's a bunch of information, and there's a few pictures.
This is for the Disneyland park.
Yeah,
The
Star Wars Land.
Mm-hmm.
Which do we have
We're getting one, yeah.
a time period? For?
Oh, a time period.
Like,
Summer 2019.
2019.
Okay.
Can't wait.
Yeah, seriously.
So on Slash Film, they had 7 things we learned about Star Wars Galaxy's Edge from the Galactic Knights panel. So, first thing, they filmed at Pinewood Studios. So they actually filmed sequences that are going to be in different attractions and stuff like that. They filmed them on site, so there's actual ships, actual everything. It's movie quality.
That's cool.
Yeah, so it's not like cheesy, like, you know, like the Spider-Man ride or something that's like looks like an N64 game. Like, yeah, so that's a cool thing. And then there will be full-size AT-ATs. So, remember we were talking about that and looking at those pictures a while back?
Yes.
When they showed them, yeah. So, these are some pictures of them building it.
Impressive.
Is that something that you'll be able to go inside?
No, it's going to be actually in the ride. So you're going to be like in a ride vehicle going around it, and it's going to be like shooting at you or something like that. Yeah.
That's pretty.
It's huge.
Man, I really wish I could get inside it, though.
I know.
I want to feel it's like to be inside of AT-AT.
That'd be so cool.
Because you can stand inside of the heads. They stand inside of them, right?
Yeah,
in the
definitely.
movie?
Yeah.
Cockpit or whatever.
Yeah,
Yeah, dude. I want to be able to stand inside of the AT-AT head and look out the window and
Shoot stuff.
yeah, like pretend in my head, just make little laser noises. All my childhood fantasies. Just meditate inside of one.
Meditate.
What is this? This looks fun. Like a drop ship, some type of drop ship.
Yeah, it's some type of like troop transport, and this is going to be part of this battle escape ride, is what they called it. The like working title for it. It's like a first order battle ride, and so there's going to be 2 parts to it. There's going to be part that's in this transport ship, and then you get off. And then you get into a different type of vehicle, and then you do the rest of the ride in a different type of vehicle. And it's a completely, I don't know if it's interactive. I'm pretty sure it's like an interactive experience. So it's kind of cool.
It is kind of cool, Josh.
And then Nianum is back with the original voice actor.
Wow. Oh, yeah.
So we're going to hear more from him in probably one of the attractions there. That's going to be cool. And then this is... It's like pet store type thing. Like petting zoo. And
Yeah.
so there's a bunch of different creatures that they made. And one guy I worked with actually worked on some of these creatures.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So here's a few.
Ooh, I like that little
Scripts.
dragon in the background.
Yeah.
It's like, it's got a lot of potential as a Pokemon.
It does.
Yeah. Ooh, I like that.
Loth cats from Rebels.
Yeah.
Those are going to be all around the place.
You have some Loth wolves.
Wolves.
That'd be pretty cool.
Loth wolves.
And here's a sculpt of one of them. It's pretty funny.
It's like a Pac-Man frog / cat.
And then this is another part that is going to be called What Happened There. Black Spire Outpost. So it's like this little town outpost thing on this planet called Batu. Yeah, and it's like an old trading planet from before Lightspeed. So the Resistance have taken it over as a base. And then the First Order is taking it over as a base as well. Because they found the Resistance.
That's not very nice.
And then you're going to take a part of the battle.
Oh. Laser
Yeah.
tag?
That'd be cool. Speaking of laser tag, remember we talked about the Secrets of the Empire experience?
Yes.
Yeah. I did that in Anaheim, and now they have it open at the Glendale Galleria Mall. And it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And I want to do it again because it's the closest thing you can get to like physically being in Star Wars.
Yeah. It's like the VR experience, the Star Wars VR thing.
You like walk around with an actual gun and things like that.
Very cool.
Yeah.
So, are we ready to talk some Solo?
Let's get into the meat.
Yeah, let's get into the meat. So, we've been talking about this. We've been hanging out for a couple hours now, and we've purposely not said anything about about Star Wars. So, I want to hear your guys initial reactions, and if you have a ranking, where you would rank it in the new Disney films.
Well, I mean, Steven's got he's prepared.
I prepared some notes.
Steven does have notes. Steven, what'd you think, dude? Did you like it? How did you feel when you left the theater?
Well, initially going into the theater, I was, I had semi-high hopes, but, because of all the critics that I'd already heard from, how there was not so good ratings, some good ratings, I didn't go in thinking it'd be, the best movie ever or anything. I sat there, I enjoyed what I saw, and there were definitely some surprises I was not expecting.
Oh, yeah. Some real surprises.
But yeah, overall, I think it was a really good, Star Wars film, something that was different that hasn't been in any other films, and I enjoyed it. It was good.
Yeah, I agree. I had very low expectations.
I remember.
Yeah. But I had fun, dude. It was a fun movie. It was a fun movie. It didn't mean as much to me as the other ones, but it's one that I'll be popping in all the time just to watch. I'll put it on while I sleep. And while I'm awake also and watch, and there's a lot
repeatable.
of it's very repeatable. Yeah, but yeah, it was an easy one, and I left the theater and I felt good. I was like, wow, that was, we're gonna get into it. I definitely had a few problems with it, but overall it was fun. A lot of cool stuff. I was very impressed with a lot of the creature design, the acting.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
The acting was that was some top-notch stuff.
I was surprised.
I was surprised. I was very surprised too.
With Donald Glover. I'd seen him act before in Atlanta and stuff, but he was so good. I was kind of scared. Because I had already accepted Alden Ehrenreich. It's whatever. He's just going to play a version of Han Solo, whatever. But when you're playing Lando, it's very, very distinct.
Yeah.
Lando is just Billy D. Williams in a cape, So it's you have to replicate that without being, too creepy. You have to be charming, but a little bit creepy. Yeah, there's a lot of... He's a little creepy, though.
Yeah. He nailed it, though, for real. Donald Glover was, out of control. And everybody's raving about Donald Glover. But, personally, I think Alden had the harder job just because, we have 3 movies of Harrison Ford as Han Solo, and that's like what the spotlight was kind of on for everybody. I feel like everybody went into it like, oh, you know, you can never replace Harrison Ford, and like you can't replace Harrison. Harrison is Han, and like that was kind of the narrative, and I feel like he really delivered under a lot of pressure.
Yeah.
And it wasn't so much that he did like imitation, because he didn't. He did kind of like his own thing, but I bought that it was like a young Han Solo, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Well, this is supposed to take place about 10 years before A New Hope, so if you put it in that perspective, he's still coming into who he is as a, you know, as a smuggler, as a outlaw, I guess.
Yeah, he's just like
He's
a
a whole
teenager.
different person.
So what we see in the
technically.
original movies, 4, 5, and 6, you know, he's been in the game for several years. He's been hardened, and what we're seeing right now is the beginning of that. So you got to put it in that perspective. You know, he's a little bit more happy-go-lucky and smiley, and
And he's a good guy,
And
even though he doesn't want to think that.
yeah.
He wants to be a scoundrel. Actually, he wants to be Solo.
So where would you? Well, actually, Josh, what were your initial thoughts?
I was so excited leading up to it just throughout the entire day. I built it up, and like, I wasn't disappointed at all. I was very happy with the entire movie. There's like little things that were kind of weird. The first thing I'll say is that you can tell some of the parts that were edited in the like beginning sequence. There's some CGI troopers who would usually be like some people on like speeders,
Yeah.
the patrol speeders. They're CG,
Huh.
but
I think I noticed.
And
I think I noticed that too. There's
and it
one
looked-
scene where a guy like
the-
hops on a speeder,
uh-huh.
and that looked a little weird to me.
Yeah, so that seems like, well, we had looked at that a while back with all the set photos, like the leaked set photos. That was at that power plant place that they were filming at. And that was like the whole chase scene and everything. So that was way back. You know, that was
Yeah,
the
that was a
beginning of
long
the
time ago.
production. You know, before Ron Howard was even close to this project. So I think that's one of the things that changed was I'm thinking that they added the whole Imperial angle to it.
Huh.
I mean, like overt Imperial presence, I guess.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, the story's the same because that's how it was written, but at the same time, there was some director changes, and I guess it was mostly refilmed.
Yeah, about 70%, I think.
Yeah.
What I've read.
So where would you guys rank this as far as the Disney's little run of the 4 movies that we've got so far?
Last 4?
Yeah.
That's far.
I don't know. Have you been thinking about your
Not really.
1 through 10 rating or
No,
which
like-
one?
like-
Of the
Like
Disney movies?
from your favorite to like least favorite. Like, is it your favorite? Is it your third favorite? Is it
It topped The Force Awakens for me.
really?
Yeah,
Same.
because mine are now Rogue One, Solo, Force Awakens, Last Jedi.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
That's actually mine too.
yeah. Rogue One, I just love it, and it's kind of a repeater. Also, it's something, and it's got that spirit of Empire Strikes Back a little bit, like the grittiness. Same thing with Solo, that has a good spirit of Empire Strikes Back. That's my favorite movie. So, you know, I like the lore and things like that you get in Return of the Jedi and stuff, and then also in The Last Jedi, you know, because they kind of like are the same type of movie
Yeah.
generally, you know what I mean? So, but like the good, like the repeatability and the action and just the overall Star Warsiness.
It was very Star Wars.
This is the geekiest
Yeah.
movie. This was
Very
like the
Star
movie
Wars.
for us.
Oh,
like,
the fan service.
yeah.
It was, dude. It was.
But I think it was fan service from people who were fans like Jonathan Kasdan, who like
Johnny K.
added a lot to it.
Yeah.
A lot of cool little pieces from Legends and some older stuff, bringing it back. Good little references in there, some jokes, but that was a great script too. It
was good.
I think that was a great script.
There wasn't anything really like annoying about it plot wise that I didn't like.
And it was all Solo. Like everything was really like his mannerisms and how he would say things. There was nothing un-Solo about him, you know?
Yeah. He's a little softer, just younger.
Yeah. But I mean, like,
a little more doughy.
script-wise.
Yeah. So if I had to rank them, I don't know. Force Awakens is still probably my favorite. Then it goes Rogue One, then Solo. I did like Solo more than The Last Jedi, and I still like The Last Jedi. I don't dislike The Last Jedi. I don't dislike any of the movies.
Same here. Like, I really enjoyed The Last Jedi. But
it's just not my favorite.
Yeah, it's just not my favorite. They're all so good, it's hard to pick, you know?
Yeah. Well, good initial reactions. I like it. So across the board, we all thought it was fun. We enjoyed it.
Mm-hmm.
So, how do we want to go about like further discussing it? Should we start at the beginning? Should we hit some things we liked and didn't like, or should we just kind of? You want to just talk through the movie?
Did we already give any spoilers, or was that pretty much spoiler free?
That was pretty much spoiler free. I mean, we just said that we liked it.
Okay, so from
here on out, we're probably going to spoil the whole. I mean, we're definitely going to spoil.
Yeah, so we're going to spoil the entire movie. So if you haven't seen it and you don't want it spoiled, stop listening and go to our last episode.
Preparation H.
Okay, so spoilers start now.
So we start on Corellia.
Yeah.
What did you guys think of Corellia?
I liked it.
You liked it?
I don't know. There's part of me that didn't like it. Didn't like that it wasn't close to any other view of Corellia.
Rendition,
Any other rendition, like in Star Wars Galaxies.
I was going to say, did you ever play Galaxies?
No.
So in Galaxies, Corellia was like, it was almost like a royal city.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It wasn't like a trash heap. It was
in the expanded
big
universe books that I've read.
Beautiful.
There were the downtown areas, pretty much like the underground areas.
Well, I think we only
got
one section of this planet, and it was the shipbuilding part. So a little more industrial, a little more grungy.
Yeah. That was cool. Seeing like the ships, like all the Star Destroyers being built. Oh my god.
That was neat.
Yeah.
Are those like shield generators? Is that what those big things are?
Like
on the
the
top?
big balls that's on top? I think so.
Okay. Yeah. Seeing those like being lifted up, and I remember seeing we looked at the concept art a while back with the AT hauler.
Yeah.
And we were like, oh, it looks like an AT-AT head. It's like, oh, it's an AT hauler.
I'm trying to find that quote from episode 4 where Han's talking about Corellian cruisers. Episode 4. Keep talking.
Corellian cruisers? No, I thought you had it. Yeah, I liked all the Corellian stuff. Like the Corellian hounds were pretty cool. How they were like pretty much like search dogs.
Yeah.
Like they're like pit bull. What do we call them? Pit bull anglerfish.
Oh yeah, the anglerfish people. Yeah, those were cool. They didn't do too much, but they were cool looking.
Yeah, they're cool. They're like little search dogs and stuff.
I've outrun Imperial starships, not the local bulk cruisers, mind you. I'm talking about the big Corellian ships now.
There you go.
That was the quote I was looking for. And now we know they're built on Corellia.
Yeah.
So that's why they're Corellian.
That makes sense.
Corellia is good at building the Doritos of death.
One thing that we didn't see was that the one that they teased, it was like a Ralph McQuarrie art like a Star Destroyer that has the radar dishes on it.
Yeah, I hated that.
They
but
even made toys of it.
they did. Huh?
Yeah, it's another Zuvio situation.
I thought it was
Constable Zuvio that was
really
cut
goofy
out.
looking.
Yeah. I just got a Zuvio the other week.
Like $6.
Yeah. Yep.
Our Targets had Zuvios for like 2 years.
I know, I love it.
Just still sitting there, and they're down to $5, and still
Yeah.
nobody's bought them.
But the thing is that in like 30 years, no one's gonna even like keep a Zuvio.
Know what Zuvio was?
Yeah. Or the
I'll always remember Zuvio.
or the white Kylo Ren transport, like this one right here.
Yeah.
This guy. It's an off-color one. This was before they decided it was going to be black.
Yeah.
So it's funny how toys go. Even for like Solo, there's things that didn't make it in, but they still made toys of it.
Yeah.
I thought that thing was a little goofy, anyways.
Yeah. But so pretty much right as soon as the movie started, I knew I was gonna have fun with it because I was like laughing my ass off at Lady Proxima when she came bubbling up. I was like, "What the fuck?"
Like some weird
I was
water
like,
worm.
I was
thing.
like, "All right, dude."
Worm God.
Yeah, the Worm God. I was like, "All right, man, this is gonna be a fun movie," and I knew right away. And I love that whole sequence too. Where he's like, That's not a thermal detonator. That's a rock. You just made a clicking sound.
Yeah, I laughed a lot at that one. There was a lot of laughs in this one.
Yeah.
There was.
Yeah.
There was. But yeah, that's the kind of totally goofy shit I love about Star Wars. Everything about Lady Proxima was like so stupid, but so awesome.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like he fucks up her face, and then she just like wriggles back and down into her little puddle. Yeah.
The light.
Yeah, that was rad. So that happens, him and qi'ra. Did you guys buy their romance, by the way?
Yeah.
I kind of did, huh?
Yeah.
I thought she was just going to get killed. I thought that Beckett was going to kill her. I thought that was going to happen. I knew the whole time that he was going to double cross him,
Yeah.
I had a feeling. Because he was like, he kept on saying, like, he was like, don't trust anyone.
It's like, I knew it was coming. I knew that was going to come. And I wasn't surprised by it.
Mm-hmm.
But it wasn't bad. But that's way at the end of the movie.
Oh, yeah.
So we don't have to talk about that right now. So what did you guys think?
Well, how would you like that first chase? Like an actual, like, speeder chase? The first...
That was fun.
That was cool.
That was fun.
It's like
Yeah,
the
that was
first
cool.
real speeder chase since Return of the Jedi. I mean, The Last Jedi didn't really have like a... I mean, there was like a Falthier...
Fathiers. They're Fathiers.
Fathier...
I know what those are. They're Fathiers. Look closer, fan.
But no, yeah, it was. I was into that. It was fun.
He was pulling those Fast and the Furious moves.
Yeah,
drifting them corners.
he was, dude.
Yeah.
He was drifting them. He was drifting them hard.
It's pretty cool how a lot of that was practical. How a lot of it was like actual cars.
Yeah,
It was cool. Yeah, with those set photos that we had that we talked about, and how in the video there's a lot of cool speeders on top of cars. So they actually filmed like car stunts. I mean, that's pretty crazy.
no, it was cool. It did remind me of Fast and Furious a little bit.
Yeah.
Star Wars Fast and Furious. Now we need Han Solo Star Wars story racing. It's just two cars. Him and Moloch.
They're gonna make it for the N64.
Yeah. They make it for the
They just start making cartridges again just for this one game. Or an arcade, like a cheesy arcade version. That actually
Windows
that'd be
99.
cool. 99.
Or whatever. I don't fucking know. When did Phantom Menace come out? 99, right?
Yeah, but Windows doesn't update every year.
I don't know when Windows updates.
It was 95, 98.
Okay, Windows 98.
Like,
Vista.
there was M,
Oh. Okay.
which was 2000. That's like the Millennium version. And then
Compatible with Windows M.
there was Vista. And then
XP.
XP, then Vista.
Yeah.
Then this is a Star Wars podcast.
Yeah.
What did you think about the the movie kind of focused on a lot? Was the hyperspace fuel, the coaxium, I think is what they called it.
Yeah.
And how like that was a big focal point of the whole movie. That's where we start off with Han, like trying to like sell some coaxium to get for Lady Proxima, and
Mm-hmm.
the movie kind of centered around that, and it was something new, kind of introduced into the Star Wars.
Yeah,
And we always knew about hyperspace. Like
It's
fuel.
weird that we've never heard of it before.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
it didn't bother me.
Yeah.
Like,
Do
I
you
don't know.
remind me of?
It's
You
too-
guys have seen Spaceballs.
yeah.
Yeah. Liquid Schwartz.
Liquid Schwartz.
When he like in the movie, I was like, "That's Spaceballs." Like, there's something Spaceballs in every movie. I swear it. I'm gonna make a video and find Spaceballs in every new, like, the Disney owned Lucasfilm movies. The last 4. There's Spaceballs references in all of them, whether it's subconscious or a purpose. Like, in the end of Spaceballs, to get away from the ship, they have to put this can of liquid Schwartz, which is like their force, pour it in the gas tank so that they can speed away, so they can go fast enough to
In
get out of the way.
Winnebago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so they did that in Solo.
Yeah. It didn't bother me. I mean, they
No,
have
I
to
liked
have
it.
something of extreme value to push the plot forward.
Hmm.
So, that's all that was.
And we see stuff like that even in Rebels, where like the Rebels, like the Ghost Crew, like they were selling things and delivering things too. Like they had little missions like that. So, I mean, that was a big thing, is just getting supplies and selling supplies, because there's a huge war starting.
Yeah.
And there's a new, regime picking up, and the black market is stronger than ever. So that would make sense that would take up, a huge portion of occupations,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Zoned out for a second.
like smuggling and stuff like that, especially smuggling and trading and selling of items.
Yes.
Yep.
So I was
Rugs.
fine with all that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah.
I like off the top of my head, I can't think of anything significantly more like clever or different I would have done. They just needed something of like high value, like a high value resource, and that's kind of hyperfuel is. Everybody needs that. It's like if they were to steal, I don't know, if a shitload of gas or something, it's like
Vibranium.
yeah, vibranium, or it could have been something weird like.
They just use like,
Yeah.
what's the one in Wakanda? Is it vibranium?
It
No.
might be.
Something like that. I don't
I
know.
think so.
Yeah,
I'm not sure.
Black
I didn't see
Panther.
Black
That
Panther.
sounds right.
Black Panther was actually really good.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it. Infinity War was good.
forever.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I was fine with it. It's cool.
One thing that I noticed, we can go into Easter eggs after we kind of break it down. I wanted to go into a section of just Easter eggs that we noticed, but
Yeah. So the next thing that kind of happens that's like a big deal to some people is Han Solo gets his name.
yeah,
Han Solo. Did you guys have? I know a lot of people are like, oh, that's stupid. Why would he keep a name that an Imperial gave him? Like a lot of people had a problem with it, but I don't know. It's something like that seemed kind of nitpicky to me.
mm-hmm.
I realized that it's supposed to be a big moment. It's how one of our most beloved characters got their name, but I didn't have a huge problem with it. Some people said the delivery fell flat. Again, it was okay to me, but I mean, it wasn't mind-blowing, but...
No. I didn't find any problem with it. I thought it was kind of interesting, actually. Yeah. I was like, oh, that's kind of cool.
You hear about yourself, Han Solo.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because he was like, But I thought of this, Force Awakens, like Ray from nowhere, or not Ray from nowhere, but what does Han Solo say?
Well, he's asked if what tribe or what his name is from.
No, in Force Awakens to Ray, she was saying she's no one or whatever. She said that to Luke in The Last Jedi. And
no one comes from nowhere. Jakku. Well,
yeah,
it's pretty much nowhere.
Yeah. So I thought that was a little interesting, with him not saying that he was from anywhere, really. He was shedding his old life for a new one.
I think I know what you're saying.
Or Rey is doing the same thing.
Han Solo is Snoke.
Yes. That's exactly what I'm saying. And this is the start of a brand new animated TV series where we see Han Solo slowly become Snoke over the years while his body double takes over.
And then he ordered his son to kill himself.
Yep.
On Starkiller. Go kill me.
He might just be Force sensitive. You never know.
I don't know.
You never know.
I don't know.
But where was I at with what I said?
How Solo became Solo.
Oh, yeah. I think that the actor of the Imperial recruitment guy.
Recruitment, yeah.
I think his acting did fall a little flat, but Alden kind of kept it in the groove.
Alden.
He held it up. He made it realistic.
Yeah.
But the guy, the Imperial recruiter, he was just like, well, whatever. Well, Solo. Okay.
Yeah. And then he's trying to recruit into the Navy so he can become a pilot, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which they never really showed, and that was a part that I kind of wanted to see.
Yeah, I know.
Because they go right from that to the 3 years later.
Yeah, we jump into. He's in just the infantry. It looks like some
World War I.
Yeah,
trenches.
He's in the trenches. Then we meet Beckett and the crew, and so he gets dropped in with Chewie. We meet back up with Chewie, and the Beast. So it's kind of that was a whole funny thing where I don't know. I liked how they met up. It was weird though that the life debt never got brought up.
Yeah.
I was expecting to kind of see
anything.
Yeah.
They didn't mention anything.
What's a life debt?
What did you think about Han Solo speaking Shriwook?
I thought it was funny, dude. I
thought it was hilarious.
I speak a little bit.
I'm just glad he didn't do it the whole movie or
I
ruined it.
But that's funny. It's the only language when Chewbacca says it, it's not subtitled. But when Han says it, it is. Isn't that weird? And then also, we should have gone back to the very beginning, how there's no crawl or anything like that. It just opens up to the blue letters.
Well, it was they should have done a crawl, or because they still had the intro 3 different paragraphs.
Mm-hmm.
It was just switch to the next one, switch to the next
yeah,
one.
it was.
What's the difference?
Yeah, it was still long.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It was cool though.
They didn't do a crawl for
Rogue One either.
Yeah, but then I was like, ring. It just like started.
Oh, and they didn't start with a ship over a planet in outer space either.
Yeah.
They started straight in stealing a speeder.
Yeah.
It's
They
the
did, huh?
First Star Wars
Yeah.
movie.
It didn't
They
start
did.
in space.
Trip out. Yeah, the whole crawl thing, that's the kind of stuff that just doesn't bother me.
Yeah.
Like, it's fine.
I thought it was interesting how they did it, though. How they decided to do it.
Yeah.
To give that backstory still, explaining, like, where you are in the story, where still people who have no idea about Star Wars can get into this movie still. Like, all you have to sit there and read a few paragraphs, 2 lines at a time.
Yes. Yes. So, yeah, I think that's kind of how I always thought or expected Han and Chewie to meet. Not necessarily in a cage where Han was about to get fed to him, but
I
we
was
knew
expecting
it
such a
was-
cool creature, though.
Right. It sounded
Yeah,
like maybe
yeah.
a baby Rancor or
I
something.
know. I was like, oh, there's gonna be a sick ass creature. There's gonna be a huge creature. Is it a Rancor?
I was
Oh,
surprised.
it's Chewbacca.
I was surprised.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's Chewbacca. I guess that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
That kind of changes things.
Yeah.
How he's just like, did he eat people or did he just?
I
kill?
guess that's
He
what
hadn't-
it sounds
He
like.
said he hadn't eaten in 3 days, and you see like a armor suit
Yeah.
from another soldier just in the corner.
So
Also,
Chewbacca
Imperials
eats
are
people.
dicks.
Yeah, seriously.
Somebody disobeys, you just feed him to a Sasquatch.
Yeah. Seriously.
It's so fucked up.
Yeah, and he's like a nice Wookiee regularly, but they had to like imprison him, and just for him to live, he has to kill and eat humans.
Yeah.
Is that a normal thing that Wookiees do, or was that like he's super
I
desperate?
think he's probably just really hungry, and he's like, "Fuck, they're feeding me the people that enslaved my people and fucked up Kashyyyk. I might as well, might as well just eat them.
Yeah. Might as well just eat people.
Might as well
That's
just
cool.
eat people.
I'm chained down here. Can you close the
You know what?
Door now.
You know what? I can.
please?
The other door.
The other side.
There you go.
Break on through to the other side. The doors.
The doors.
Ah, there you go.
So, what did we think of? What do we think of the crew, Val and Rio?
I actually really liked Rio.
I did too.
I did
was
too,
so-
yeah.
Oh, man.
I did too. Yeah, Rio was sick, dude. I was expecting his voice when I was hearing it in the trailers. Didn't like it.
Huh.
No.
I really like in Star Wars when like the creatures make like little creature noises and there's subtitles or whatever. But Rio was dope, dude. I
Mhm.
liked Rio. And Val, we hardly knew ye. Toast to the life and times of Val.
Did you think Rio was going to be a full-size
Person?
person, or like I thought it was going to be like a small like monkey type person, you know?
Yeah.
Not like a tall like regular like person, monkey.
He was shorter.
He was like
He was on the short side.
Yeah, he was short.
but like when he was like disguised, all he did was hide his hands. His
Huh.
second set of arms.
Yeah.
He
Well,
wasn't on top of
maybe
stilts. He
he's,
wasn't on top of anything like that.
It didn't look like his head reached all the way up to the top
Yeah,
of the
it
helmet.
didn't.
Maybe he was like poking through some
Had, like, a
blaster holes
helmet
in
on
the
top.
middle of the chest.
Yeah. Probably his chair was pretty cool though, and like that, just, their ship was pretty sweet that they can just fly around
Yeah.
with their like 4-armed monkey.
Yeah, did
pilot.
they say what kind of like race he was, or
No,
No.
I don't think so. We'll
I'm
see.
sure they.
Visual dictionary.
Yeah.
Yeah. Visual dictionary. Yeah, Rio was rad. Could have used a little more Rio.
Yeah.
But, I mean-
his death was the saddest
Oh,
one. I
It
think.
was. It was.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
Because he was trying to hold on. He was holding on till the
Yeah.
very end, and like, yeah,
It makes sense the way we got a couple of characters off pretty quick though, because the crew is pretty big by the end of it.
yeah.
We got Chewie and qi'ra and Lando and the droid who shall not be named.
Do you really not like L3 that much?
Oh my god, dude! I
I actually liked L3.
I thought
I hated her.
They kind of
liked
threw her in there as like a comedy relief type character. I
It
think.
did not come off that way.
At
I
all.
thought it
No.
looked cool, or she looked cool because the actress was actually in a suit the entire time, like with green suit, but with the helmet, like with a few other things, like running around and doing actual like action and being in the scene. So the interaction with the droid, like with L3, was kind of cool, but I could see where there was a lot of cheesiness to it. But I thought it was just kind of funny.
Well, I guess we should talk about her. Let's just get
go.
it out of the way since the
Well, if we're talking about the crew, we might as
Yeah.
well just.
yeah. I felt okay. So there's a couple things that annoy me. I felt like for some reason, just this is superficial, but her voice kind of annoyed me for some reason.
Well, it sounded almost like Phasma.
A little bit.
A little bit.
A little bit. And I felt like she was yelling.
Yeah.
In every scene
All
that
the
she was
time?
in, which annoyed me.
She was also black.
You think?
You think?
Yeah,
Was she?
Well, I mean,
totally.
she was white.
She had those big old hips.
Oh, okay. Got it. Okay.
Big old hips, yelling.
She's a lady droid.
Yeah.
Dude,
Dude, and she's with Lando. She's
Yeah.
like that, like.
her
It was
her
supposed to be like
shtick
kind of a
was-
SJW a little bit. That's the one problem I had. I was like, is this forced or was it supposed to be funny?
Okay, yeah, like I couldn't tell. I hope it was supposed to be a parody,
I think
but
it
I was like,
was.
it didn't come off that way sometimes.
Yeah.
And like some of the stuff was way too heavy-handed. Like, can I get you anything? Equal rights. I was like, yeah. I was like, some of the stuff was like, and it like
I think they should have gone like further with it to make it more
more obvious
ridiculous.
that it was a joke.
Yeah.
Oh man, I don't know if I would have been able to handle it. But yeah, she was so obnoxious to me that it was so jarring that it like took me out of the universe whenever she was in a scene. Like it was that bad to me.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, I just thought back to
And she
like
dominated every scene because she was always fucking yelling about something.
that's why I think she's black.
Well, how did you feel about her woman-to-woman talk with qi'ra?
Okay.
in the cockpit?
Bro.
That's another thing. Like
Some weird
again,
shit.
I hope that was a joke.
Oh, yeah, it's-
Because I do see the humor in that. Like,
Yeah.
this robot thinks that her captain has feelings for her. But then you pair that with the whole, like,
The whole death scene, even like
well, that and some of the stuff that, I don't remember if it was Donald Glover that said it or Jonathan Kasdan, but there is something, like, in the lead up to the movie about how Lando, after, 40 years of an established character profile, he's like pansexual all of a sudden, which
Yeah.
when you're pansexual, you fuck like anything.
yeah.
yeah. So I'm thinking what they meant was that he has an actual romantic relationship with a droid, and this droid was uploaded into the Falcon, which is kind of weird that he just like gave her up.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe it was just the navigational systems, but I don't know.
So I think that it didn't work because when you pair all the things together, like all the the equal rights and the quality shit, which is fine, whatever, and then you're in this weird territory where like all of a sudden like this robot's talking about an implied sexual relationship with Lando, and you're not sure if it's a joke anymore.
Yeah.
And I have
How
to
does
say
that work?
the
It works.
The theater I was
Yeah.
in, I saw a couple get up and leave.
Really?
Yeah, and not come back. That happened.
That's funny. That
But
makes
I
me
mean,
happy.
I
to be that
I-
insecure that you have to get up and leave.
I thought it was a joke.
I-
I
Yeah.
didn't really take it seriously.
But
I
I-
thought it was a joke, and then like after like the death scene, I was like, wait, maybe they actually have a romantic relationship.
yeah.
This is
Even as a joke though, I don't like it. Just like the other stuff's fine as a joke, but even as a joke, I don't necessarily think that's funny, because that's like the and it wasn't just like, oh, he has a crush on me, teehee. It was kind of like I felt like she kind of implied that there's like a sexual relationship, and that's like the Star Wars equivalent of, you know, like a dude that fucks an anime pillow. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like certain I think everybody here is for like equality and like representation and all that shit. But there's certain things that it's okay to be like, no, like people fucking robots is kind of degenerate.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's kind of weird.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that's what I was saying with Lando. Like, he has to be like a little bit creepy, but they're laying it out in that world. You know, I guess the droids have feelings, and also they have like their own like AI, and so if they can feel emotions, then are they not free to love whoever they want? And are humans free to love farm animals and marry them?
Yeah, there's the
fornicate with them in real life.
See, a human robot relationship is something I could see happening in like an alien movie, like from the Alien franchise,
or Japan,
but not something that we should be encouraging to put in movies that like we take our 10-year-olds to. I feel like
true,
and I'd never take my 10-year-old to see like one of the Alien movies, you know.
Yeah.
So
if you had a 10-year-old.
I was like, you don't have a 10-year-old.
I have a 4-year-old. I'm saying, like, I would be annoyed if my 10-year-old like was like, so like are him and that robot in love, and then I have to explain, you know, it'd just be annoying to me. But
I would just say it's a joke.
Or that, you know.
Yeah, it's just a joke.
I could.
Then you catch him kissing the vacuum.
Oh, God.
The Roomba.
Or the vacuum
Yeah.
hose.
Yeah, but she was she was grating on me, and I was let's just say I was very happy when she died, and I can get back to enjoying the movie. Like the movie went downhill when she came in, and like as soon as she died, it went right back uphill for me. And that's how much I hated her.
What did you think
Like,
about the
honestly.
robot fighting aspect of where she came in, like that whole battle bots?
They don't serve our kind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now,
I don't know.
What did you think about L3?
I don't know. I thought she was funny. I didn't really like hate her, but
Yeah.
I can see where, you know.
I was questionable because I was like, is it a joke or not? And
Yeah.
like, if it's a joke, it's hilarious.
Yeah.
But if not, and then I was like,
It's
that's
very
annoying.
strange. Yeah, none of it worked for me
Yeah.
for that reason, because I wasn't sure if it was a joke or not.
Yeah.
But
I'm going to assume it's a joke and enjoy it that way.
Yeah.
But also just the cheesiness of the name itself. Like if you're like a gamer, like Leet, like it's L337. So it's like, yeah, it's kind of like cheesy because it's like geek pandering a little bit.
yeah,
But is that character just supposed to be like a ridiculous, like,
SJW droid.
yeah,
You know what I did notice though?
SJW blogger droid?
Yeah, like a Tumblr droid.
Yeah.
Like all the other characters in the movie kind of like ignored her. It like ignored her shtick,
Yeah.
which I found like funny, because I was like, oh, it's just like Tumblr people in real life. Like everybody's like kind of annoyed, and they like listen to you and then go on and do their own thing, and, or roll their eyes, you know. That's kind of, I did notice that, which I thought was kind of funny.
Yeah.
And then after she died, and they like kind of put her whatever memory core thing into the Falcon.
Mm-hmm.
If you think back to, I think it's The Last Jedi, when C-3PO is talking to the ship, and he is like, where did this computer or ship get
I posted a picture of that. It was my phone said check Instagram. I think I posted that on there. Actually, I don't think. I know.
Yeah. We do need to backtrack just a little bit because we skipped over one of my like top 3 or 5 favorite things about the new movie, which was
We
Enfys.
skipped over a few things.
Enfys,
the
dude.
train heist.
Yeah,
dude.
the train heist, and the
Yeah.
first time we see Enfys. We all know what happened in the train heist, so we don't have to like break it down. But what'd you think of this scene?
I thought it was a cool throwback to like an old western.
Yeah,
Type.
Yeah, dude.
totally. And then also like Indiana Jones type thing too.
Yeah.
So that was really cool action. Like it was
Yeah.
really good, and it was like kind of like Back to the Future. Also, Back to the Future 3, a little bit like that train sequence. But I think just the fight on top. That was really cool. And like the whole where Han had to make the choice between dropping the cargo and taking off, and then it just like wastes Val's whole sacrifice
Yeah.
for her life. Like he just dropped the cargo and just left. But that's where you see who he is. Like that's where you actually see like that's Han Solo. You know?
And then when it drops and explodes, I thought that was a pretty cool explosion.
It was
sick
very cool.
explosion. It was a really good explosion. I like the effects.
Effect. So let's talk some Enfys.
Enfys.
We're
Yeah.
here.
We're
Let's
queer.
talk about it. We're
Get used to
we're
it.
here. Queer. Get used to it.
Enfys Nest.
Enfys.
Speaking of, okay, not really speaking of that, but a little bit. There's that whole back and forth between male female. Beginning, Beckett says he.
Yeah, he does say he.
Did he not know that it was a girl? I mean,
I guess not.
I didn't know till the end of the movie when
Yeah,
she took her helmet off.
yeah.
And it was a little confusing because she said like her mom used to wear it, and I'm like, well, was that her mom at the beginning of the movie, and somehow like in between she died?
Yeah,
I don't know. A little confusing, but
Or maybe it's just something like it passes down, kind of like
Yeah.
Mandalorian
yeah,
stuff like that. Mandalorian armor, how it's kind of like passed down through generations or whatever.
I heard that some people thought that when they were going to take the helmet off, it was going to be some big reveal, and it might be like, what was it, Boba Fett or something.
So she was
It's a Boba Fett helmet
underneath her. Oh shit! That's
It's
funny.
still not Daniel Logan.
Oh, sad. Fuck. Poor Danny boy. What was I gonna say? Yeah, she was a marauder, but really she was more like a Robin Hood in the end.
Yeah.
She wasn't really a bad guy. In fact, she was basically the person that helped start the resistance
Yeah,
with Han's help, which is cool.
yeah.
Or the
And Saw.
rebellion.
Yeah, Saw.
And
They
Saw's
reminded
group,
me a lot
because
of
Two Tubes
yeah.
was
Two
in
Tubes was
that.
in there.
Yeah. Yeah, so that started that whole side of the rebellion, some like the more militant side of the rebellion,
Gotcha.
you know, because a lot of it, especially if you see it in Rebels, how there's a lot of different sects throughout the galaxy that are rebelling against the Empire, and they all have to meet up and work together and try to figure things out. Same thing with the Resistance. There's still Resistance allies throughout the galaxies, and we'll see what happens in 9, you know, with that same type of thing. If they, you know, meet up with other more militant Resistance, you know, that type of thing. So it's interesting to see that Enfys Nest and their Cloud Rider gang started like.
She started this gangster shit,
Yeah.
and this is the motherfucking thanks she gets. Yeah, but yeah. I hope we hear about her again,
Yeah.
because I'd be down for like a comic. Shit, man, I might even be down for an Enfys Nest spinoff.
That'd be cool.
Because she, like, the moment she stepped on that train, like, the way she moved, how cool the armor looks,
The sound of the armor,
dude.
like moving around.
I was in.
What about the like musical theme?
Yeah, I
of
was
them?
gonna say too. Her
Yeah.
her
It was
theme was
a lot different than normal,
definitely different.
Yeah.
Star Wars.
Like a little choir.
La la la.
Yeah, and then like the arm shield, that thing's cool.
Everything about her was dope.
Well, like
Everything.
her staff with like one end was like, what was it, vibroblade type,
Yeah.
and then the other end was like some type of, I don't even know, because it would like force push type almost.
Yeah, she had a sweet little boom boom
Mhm.
stick.
Boom boom.
Boom boom. No, that shit was rad.
It's like a concussion thing,
Yeah.
you know, like some weird weapon at the other end.
Mm.
So the next
There's
character
some really cool weapons.
I think we should give some
By the way.
time to is we don't have to talk about him for a while, but Dryden Voss.
Yeah. So going into weapons, those little hand things.
His
And-
laser knuckles.
Just razor.
Yeah. And then he also knows Teräs Kazi, where, you know, we see that fighting style in Star Wars Galaxies. And also Maul knows that fighting style. And qi'ra knows
Qi'ra,
that fighting style. So it's interesting to see how...
Altoids.
Yeah, I got you.
I like keep burping and like
Altoids.
tasting my burrito again. I'm not trying to. I only like tasting food once.
Lo mejor de Jalisco.
Yeah.
Shout out.
Thanks, buddy.
Can I have one too?
Yeah, go for it.
Can I have 20,000?
I don't have that many.
I doubt it.
So what were you talking about? Krav Maga.
Yeah, Krav Maga.
The egg yolk stuff.
Egg yolk?
What's it called?
Teräs Kazi.
Egg yolk. Yeah, dude.
What? I don't get it.
It was you were really close, man.
Egg
yolk.
How?
I was thinking about something else. The little food thing that he gets at the end. It's like caviar with like a little egg thing. I forgot what that was called. When he offers it to them. You know what I'm talking about?
No.
No?
Wait, what?
Towards the end when they come back and he offers them.
Oh, Dryden Voss. Okay, yeah. Egg yolk. Yeah.
Right.
It's just his little area with the singer
Oh, yeah.
in his little lounge or whatever.
His barge was lit, dude.
Sick.
I
Sick
think they
ass
called
barge.
it a
A
yacht.
yacht,
Yeah,
yeah,
they
yacht.
called it a yacht, huh?
It's his yacht.
The little floating chicken thing. The
Yeah.
Featherless chicken
Yeah.
bread.
Thing's weird. And then like there's the little globby guy in the floating orb that has the microphone. The guy
That was dope, dude.
Yeah. It's pretty awesome.
That's the kind of goofy shit I like in my Star Wars.
I was like, yes, Star Wars. I was like, this is what I thought Canto Bite was going to be.
Little globby boy.
Yeah, a little globby.
One globby boy.
The creatures in that whole sequence were really cool, and the droids and like the servers with the top of the head cut off or whatever. The droid that has
yeah.
it has like a human face, but like the whole head's taken off. Are they androids?
They
Like
are.
Lobot? And they don't need their brain?
They have a name. It's in one of the visual dictionaries.
Mm.
It's like the uncraniumed or something. Decraniated. I think it's they're called like the decraniated or something like that.
Yeah, I thought those were cool.
You know who
I wish
makes
that
those?
person would be cooler. Who?
Dr. Evazan or whatever his name is.
That's right.
Yeah. What's his
Okay.
name? Evazan.
Evazan.
Dr. Evazan.
Dr. Evazan.
Yeah. The decraniated. Yeah.
I remember us talking about that. From the cantina.
See.
Lo mejor de Jalisco. It's a
Lo
good
mejor.
burrito.
That was a good burrito. I bet that your candidate can make good burritos.
About what?
I bet
Sorry.
the headless robots can make good burritos.
What about the like the guard, Dryden's like own personal army guard that was with him? Like the big all black helmets, and there was some type of creature. I don't know what alien they were. They look pretty cool.
Yeah, I don't know what they
If
were.
I was playing a
but
Star Wars
those were pretty
RPG, I probably wouldn't wear that armor. That's how I like to rate armors.
cool. It was kind of
They're
goofy,
okay. Yeah.
but they were cool.
Little blocky
like-
for me.
They were cool that they existed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I wouldn't wear it.
Not every armor can be Mando armor.
No, which was in Dryden's like little throne area.
It
Or not
was.
throne, but his
And
personal lounge area.
nothing happened with it
was.
whatsoever.
Yeah, I wish. I was hoping that that was Dryden's armor and not just like part of his collection, because I want an action figure of that, and we're not going to get an action figure of just like a piece of art in his studio.
It'd be cool to get something like that Thrawn like studio thing or whatever, his
The
office.
deluxe Thrawn.
Yeah, it has like all of his like art pieces and things like that. That'd be cool to get a deluxe set for Dryden Voss's lounge or whatever.
What about his like scars that?
They like turn like
When he gets
reddish, like
angry.
yeah.
Yeah.
I
And
don't-
he's got that big like staple in his forehead, like holding his face together.
I don't
Yeah.
know. Was he an alien or something? Because I saw
He
a
wasn't-
couple scenes.
he wasn't
his
human.
thumb was like nail was super long or something. It looked weird.
And when he died, he turned like white. Did you
Yeah.
guys notice that?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Pulled a
I
vision.
mean, I guess people do that, but
Well, no, he was something weird.
yeah,
though.
he was something weird.
Mm-hmm. I'd like to hear more about that, because that was like just glazed over altogether. It's like, oh, like when he gets mad, he just changes color.
Yeah, like a fish or a chameleon or something. But once again, man, the acting, Paul Bettany, dude, he was intimidating as fuck.
Mm-hmm.
He had that.
A lot more intimidating than when he was Vision.
Yeah. Yeah, but he
Yeah.
had that whole thing like, oh, I'll just kill you. It's fine.
yeah.
Like super casual, like
Yeah. And
Like,
he's like,
it's
he
regular.
gets him like stuff to drink, and he's like, "Come on, let's relax and go talk. All right, tell me what went wrong and why I shouldn't kill you,
Yeah.
because we'll make up to you." Nope, not good enough. I want to hear how. I don't think that's gonna work.
yeah.
So you should probably die.
Yeah.
Come on
He's
with
just-
something better.
He's kind of like Thrawn in that sense, also. He's very matter of fact. He's very like emotionless with his decisions, but it seemed like he did have a temper. Dryden Voss had quite a temper when it came to personal situations with his lady friend. How close of a lady friend do you think qi'ra was to Dryden Voss?
I think she was just a lieutenant.
I think she was his top lieutenant.
His top lieutenant.
I think she was his bottom lieutenant, if you know what I mean.
I don't know.
They were pretty close.
I mean, yeah. And she said when she would talk to Han, that she's done things.
mm-hmm. I
Maybe
mean,
she fucked a fish man, whatever he is, staple boy.
the thing she was talking about is that she has like 1,000 children because like the males lay eggs of his species.
Oh What the fuck? She's just popping out little fish babies.
Oh, no.
Hybrid.
Yeah. And she had like a brand on her arm.
Mm-hmm.
Crimson Dawn.
Mhm.
Crimson Dawn.
Crimson Dawn.
Yeah, that was a kind of a cool thing to bring in, and obviously the huge bombshell, the whole biggest twist of them all.
Oh, yeah.
The mall.
The
Biggest
biggest twist of them all.
The mall, like the gravity well that was in the Kessel Run. That mall.
Oh,
Yeah,
fuck,
there
we
was
was talk
that
about the Kessel Run.
Okay, let's go. We're jumping all over the place.
Yeah, we are.
Okay, so things we should hit. I think Kessel Run, then let's hit let's do Kessel Run, then let's just talk about the end of the movie in general, because there's a lot of shit that happens at the end.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't think of what else happens like in between the Kessel Run and the end.
Well, Steven has like an entire list of notes here.
Not much. They go to do Kessel. They do the whole Kessel thing. They go back. They meet the Marauders, and then they go back to Dryden. There's not much that happens.
Yeah,
after.
so let's talk about the Kessel Run. We'll go over the end. Then we'll talk about then we'll do Easter eggs, and then rapid fire. What worked, what didn't.
Okay. Did you think that the Kessel Run was going to be in space?
Yes.
Yeah.
Kessel's in space.
No, I mean,
I guess it's
The
planet.
Spice Mines of Kessel. Yeah.
because we were talking about whether it was like Beggar's Canyon, that type of thing, or if it was like in space.
I would think
like
it'd be in
canon.
space because they, they talk about parsecs, and parsec is a measure of distance, and
Well,
that being
either way, it's
on a planet, that'd be
measure
a
of
long
time. They
Time
go
and
back
distance.
time and distance.
in real life.
It's from here to the sun.
distance.
It's a measure of 1 parsec.
And in Star Wars, it's a time.
Oh, is
You
it?
think?
No, it is. Yeah, they proved that. He traveled that distance.
Oh, that distance in the shortest amount of time?
In-
Gotcha.
14 parsecs.
12.
14. It's because it's supposed
Not
to
if
be.
you round down.
Yeah. And under 14.
I thought Lando said you couldn't do it faster than 20.
Right.
Right.
So he went through that little whatever, went through the shitstorm. What'd you think about that giant creature?
What the
The
fuck?
giant.
That was so weird. It was like a
What?
creature the size of a black hole.
Yeah.
It was like a. Was it? Can't think of those creatures that Han and Chewie have in.
Rathtar.
It looked like a giant Rathtar.
Yeah, it kind of did.
The space Rathtar. Yeah, it was just like a giant, like, tentacled creature. Tentacled.
Is that the mole? No, that's a creature. It's a
Yeah.
living thing.
Oh, then there's like the huge gravity well. That was pretty crazy.
The gravity well was pretty wild, yeah.
And that's what they used the stuff,
Juice for,
the
yeah.
juice for to get out of it.
The rock waxing.
Yeah,
Again, it was just a fun scene. I was like,
their Spaceballs moment.
yeah. They're like, oh shit, and they're all, oh shit.
Very Fast and the Furious. It's like you're like, there's no way that they're gonna get through that or whatever.
Yeah. And then
They do.
at the last moment.
Because they're going to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So is that because of L3's navigational system?
Well, she integrated into the Falcon just in time.
Which
Yeah.
when she integrated, you get that like classic Falcon sound when it like turns on.
Yeah. It's like that's L3.
Yeah.
And that's why L3 can that's why C3PO and R2D2 can communicate with it. What was that thing? The dialect thing. What C3PO said on the Millennium Falcon.
Let me find it.
I thought it was funny.
That's not it.
Yeah, it's a dog.
Just go to our Instagram. It's the last thing I posted, I think.
It is... Sir, I don't know where your ship learned to communicate, but it has the most peculiar dialect.
And so it learned how to communicate from...
That's what C3PO says, if you couldn't tell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Could you tell?
Spot on.
That's what I was going for?
That was Jabba.
Chihuahua.
That was Jabba when he was on the Millennium Falcon. How did you guys like how the Falcon looked? All brand new.
Well, it looked like shit at the end.
Yeah.
It looked just like it always has.
And we know that the escape pod is what the front of the ship is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's kind of like the Ghost crew, how they had their, what was it called? Phantom? Is it Phantom?
Phantom. And then they got a new Phantom.
Yeah, because they lost one of them. They had to give it up.
Yeah, I guess Han just never replaced it over the years. He's like, I don't need to escape.
Yeah. True. Because that's all he has to escape in is the Millennium Falcon. Plus, what did he use? He had that like giant ship after Return of the Jedi, after that whole situation.
Oh, yeah.
Somehow he got that huge freighter or whatever.
Oh.
Big ship that he was transporting the Rathtars on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Because he didn't have the Falcon.
Yeah, he like lost it or traded it or someone stole it.
Someone stole it.
Yeah. And then in the Galaxy's Edge, in the Star Wars land, everything's canon there too. Like that whole story is also. And you fly the Millennium Falcon, but for a different owner. So there's another like crime lord or something that you have to do a mission for. And they are the owner of the Millennium Falcon at that time. So it's an interesting little piece. It's supposed to be like before Force Awakens, like during that period of time. It's kind of weird. Kind of weird.
Quite old, yeah.
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 So let's talk about the end of this bad boy. Jordan Voss dies. There's a whole elaborate plan that Han has, and I really like the dialogue that was written.
Yeah.
In the last part, it was very cleverly written. I felt like, like I was paying attention. You told Chewie that people are predictable. You're no exception. And he had this whole plan ready to go. Him and Enfys. And it was well done. It was well done.
Because it was like, you think that there's like 3 different plans going on at the same time. You're like, which plan are they going with? Like, which one isn't part of the plan?
Yeah.
You know? And then towards the end, you're like, wait a second. They had something the entire time.
Yeah, he prepared for the double cross.
The triple cross.
The triple cross, yeah. He prepared for the triple cross, for sure. But qi'ra, I thought she might...
Quadruple cross.
Yeah, the quad cross.
Quad cross.
Oh, yeah.
I kind of... I don't want to say I never thought, but... Actually, you know what? I kind of did think qi'ra was going to be the one to betray him.
Yeah.
For some reason. I don't know why. Yeah. I thought Beckett really liked Han, but I guess at the end of the day,
he said to trust no one.
He said to trust no one, and he doesn't care about Han, I guess. But I thought qi'ra might have been the one to pull the shenanigans, but she didn't. She helped him. She helped him get out of the sticky situation. She kills Dryden, but then you have to wonder if she did that to save Han, or
because she wanted to advance,
or because exactly, or if it was like she saw an opportunity and
Kylo Ren killing Snoke.
Yep, and she took it,
type of thing.
Yeah.
Like I really bought Han and qi'ra's love story, but at the end she might not be that person anymore, and I think it's right to have questions about her motivations for doing that. So, I'm not sure how you guys felt about that, but
I feel like they ended it
open-ended
where they could, if the movie did well, they could do a sequel. If not, they could leave it how it ended because it still fits.
So the big twist, I don't know if it's a twist, the big reveal, I think is the better word, is that the whole time.
Well, it is kind of a twist.
Yeah,
pretty-
it's kind of a twist.
Yeah.
It's a twist reveal.
A twisteel. No.
A twist. Tweel?
A wrist.
Reveal.
A wrist.
twist. I don't know. We'll find out.
It's real.
Mall.
Yeah. Yeah, mall. We can make up words later. Mall.
Yeah. Darth Maul.
My jaw dropped, dude. That was a holy shit moment for me.
I kind of just sat there like, with my brother.
Did Josh's laptop die? We might be talking to no one right now.
No, we're talking to people on this, but my laptop did just die.
So we're not recording.
Sad.
We're half recording.
Okay.
I mean, we are recording technically, but
Are there people watching?
they're just like, they can hear us because it's going through that mic. But these mics right now are supposed to be going through this. But
Huh?
it's okay. Don't you worry about a thing, Chicken Wing. Chicken Wing. Just keep on going. Keep on trucking.
Keep on trucking.
Yeah, because it's recording on this.
Okay. All right. Well, turns out Crimson Dawn. That's mall shit, homie.
His crime syndicate.
That's his crime syndicate.
Yeah.
What a cool, like, if we saw anybody, and I'm still, I'm over it because we got the announcement, James Mangold. Boba Fett film, I'm in. My dick is ready. My heart is ready. My mind is ready. We can talk about that probably another day. But I've forgiven them for not putting Boba Fett in the movie. He still should have been in the movie, but it's okay. But if there's gonna be anybody, I thought it'd be Boba Fett. Maul was like so out of left field. I was like, whoa.
Well, location-wise, I mean, he's not in Tatooine yet. I think that's where he meets Boba Fett, is on Tatooine, because they end up...
He works for Jabba, or...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jabba. Yeah.
They end up, at the very end, going to Tatooine. Like, that's where they're headed, is Tatooine. So, that kind of starts a long relationship. That kind of builds up. I'm not sure if he met Boba Fett until...
I wonder if they've ever worked together.
Ooh, that would be interesting.
We can talk about that
Yeah.
later. But so I think it's safe to say we all had the same reaction to Maul.
Mhm.
Fucking awesome
Yeah.
and fucking surprising.
And then he forces his lightsaber over to turn it on and then turn it off for no reason.
I know.
Okay.
Qi'ra, look at my lightsaber.
We're going to be working much closer. What did you think of how he looked? Because they cast the same character.
Ray Park.
Ray Park.
Yeah.
Well, they
used-
CGI'd the face.
They used the voice of the...
Sam Witwer.
yeah.
He did it for Rebels.
And I think
And
for
Clone
Clone
Wars.
Wars, yeah.
The
Yeah,
voice
his face
actor
was
for
fucked
Rebels and Clone Wars. Yeah. So they did CGI on the face. It was Ray Park's body.
Yeah.
And they did CGI on the face rather than doing makeup.
It was a
So-
hologram.
Yeah. It doesn't really matter as
It
much.
was.
Yeah.
But
So it went. I was so surprised at that. I was like, "Who's this gonna be?" There's no way that this is the Emperor,
Right?
the Emperor's not fucking with some low level like criminals.
Yeah,
Kinda-
and I was
kinda
like, "There's
looked
no
like-
way that they would get a different like voice actor or whatever." And then it went to the front and takes off the. Oh my god! Takes off the hood and then it's Maul. And Carly was like, "What?" She didn't understand the whole thing.
She's like,
Isn't he dead?
And I was like,
Right?
I'll explain later. We get back to her house. She's like, so how did that work? And I was like, all right, you need to sit down. She's like, okay, never mind. And I was like, you know what? There's probably like a 5-minute video on YouTube that I could find that would explain the whole thing. And then I found one that was like 9 minutes. and it still wasn't good enough. So I had to explain to the rest of it to her, because I had to like fill in some spots with rebels and things like that, and where he was like stranded, and I'm wondering if he killed qi'ra, or if qi'ra betrayed him, maybe, or if she took over Crimson Dawn, and he was left over.
Oh, you're thinking of in the future?
Yeah, in the future.
The future.
Yeah, I feel like this is way too big of a cock tease not to like go anywhere.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And they have to finish Kira's arc, right?
Yeah,
I
they
mean,
have to do something.
Probably
gotta
do
do something.
something in the Boba Fett movie, you think? Even Han and Chewie in there?
Yeah. I'm pretty sure Qi'ra would be in the Boba Fett movie.
Boba Fett.
So, do you think that with the Boba Fett movie, not completely, like Lucasfilm didn't say anything about it, but the Hollywood Reporter did. And the Hollywood Reporter is pretty, they're pretty reliable. Pretty good source. There's nothing from Lucasfilm about the Boba Fett film, though. But James Mangold did Logan, and holy shit, Logan was good.
Logan was very good.
Did you like Logan?
Very much.
Yeah. I think that was like the best X-Men movie.
Now that is the guy that I want directing my Boba Fett movie.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And the one thing that I really liked about Logan was it had Logan Noir. It had like the black and white version. They like recolored the whole thing, and it looks really good because like the contrast and everything. And I don't know. I just like black and white stuff too. But it was like a lot more like Western, even like samurai movie style type thing. And that was a cool like special feature on Logan. Black and white Boba Fett would be kind of cool. Like Sin City style.
Yeah.
I wonder what style it's going to be. If it's just going to be another... Are all of the standalones going to follow the same kind of more like gritty underground type feel? This one was a lot more fun. I mean,
yeah.
Not everyone didn't die, and it wasn't like a sad movie. This one was a lot more fun and adventurous, but at the same time, it was dark. It was gritty. It was reaching into the heart of the story and the lowest spots in different places that we don't even think about in the main saga a lot of the times. Do you think that's going to continue? Is that trend going to continue, or is the Boba Fett going to be like some fun, happy movie?
You think Boba Fett's gonna be happy? I
don't
not.
think so.
I hope not.
I think
Especially
that's
with James Mangold.
some
That's
grime.
gonna be super gritty.
Yeah.
That's gonna be. I think that will be more like Goodfellas in space.
The first rated R
Yes.
Star Wars.
I
Interesting.
hope so.
I do hope so. For sexual reasons.
L3 and Lando.
Yeah,
And
when would that take place, too? A Boba Fett film.
when he, the teen, 20s.
Yeah. Because he's already, like leading a gang in
Yeah.
Clone Wars.
And he's like a teenager.
Yeah. And he gets in that
And
duel
isn't,
with Cad Bane that we never saw.
And isn't Aura singing in there with him?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she is.
She is
She's
mentioned
killed
in the movie.
by Beckett. Beckett killed her.
Dude.
So Beckett's a real deal. So that's kind of cool.
That is kind of cool.
Yeah.
We're obviously going to do a whole episode on Boba Fett. Probably, I think that should be next week's. Because I'm itching for that, but...
I was kind of waiting until this movie just in case he showed up.
Yeah.
And see if we found any background with Boba Fett, but nope. So now we can kind of.
So let's do the Boba Fett next week.
Yeah.
Let's talk about all things about Boba Fett and just admire him and just talk about the future with us together.
Sounds good.
But okay, at the last scene of the movie, when Han goes back and plays cards with Lando and sees his little gizmo up his sleeve.
Wait. Han shot first.
Han shot first.
Yeah. Han shot first. Yes, continue.
Yeah.
The what?
Beckett, he shoots him.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I know.
Which how did Han get ahead of them?
I don't know. Yeah.
I mean, I guess
Doesn't make sense, but
they were walking. He could have ran. But
you know what? That's the kind of little things that I'll forgive. I didn't think about it in the moment, but
There might have been a deleted scene there.
yeah.
There's always things like that, like the snow speeder or snow transport thing chase in Force Awakens that was supposed to happen on Starkiller. They got all like cut out, so it doesn't make sense how they like transported from like one side of Starkiller to the other side of Starkiller. They just like walk in the door and take off their jackets. It's things like that. So yeah, there are always going to be like little inconsistencies, but whatever. It was good. So, but yeah, the last
scene with Lando, and they're playing another game of Sabak.
yeah.
Savick.
I like the those scenes with Lando. I think those are his best scenes when he's doing his Sabak card.
He's just shooting the shit with everybody, like
Yeah.
telling them stories, telling them how great he is.
It's Han.
It's Han, but man.
Yeah. And then you kind of see him do his little panic when
Yeah, he goes to hit his trick sleeve, and you can tell that they Han and Chewie know it.
Yeah, you can see them start to like gain their whole I don't know, their friendship and how they like work together and how they interact, I guess. So that's going to be cool seeing how that moves forward and see if we get more Han and Chewie in the future as well.
I think so.
Yeah.
yeah.
I think we will. So let's do rapid fire things we liked, things we didn't like. Things I liked: the casting, creature design, Enfys, the overall feel. It was fun. It was a fun movie. And I think those are the big things. Things I didn't like as much. World building was okay. L3 was just horrible. I'm not so sure I like the really big Rathtar, the space Rathtar. It was cool, but kind of more the same.
You kind of knew that they were going to escape.
Yeah. Yeah.
It'd be cool. It's cool to have a big space creature, but
It is cool.
I mean, it being just a big, like the Kraken. Like, it's just, it's basically a Kraken in space. Space Kraken. Space McCrack.
Space crack. And I feel like there's just a little bit of blue ballishness with certain things. I would have liked to see a little more Enfys action scenes, because the one on the train, 10-15 second clip, but she's like very captivating. And then on the final planet, I forget the name of it, but she just kind of does a jump thing, and it's really cool. I would have liked to see a little bit more of that sort of stuff. I feel like they kind of pull their punches a lot with certain things like that. Like you have something that works really well, and instead of going like full bore into that, they kind of like hold, like Disney's been holding back, or I'm not sure if it's a Disney decision, but
I mean, everything goes through Lucasfilm.
Yeah, like for Rogue One, it worked with Vader, because it would have been awesome to see Vader just fucking shit up on the battlefield the whole movie.
Yeah.
Yes, of course. Like,
Yeah.
trust me, that's what we all want to see. But for that story, just that little 30-second clip, like, made Vader all the more terrifying, and it worked for that. But I'm getting a consistent kind of pattern of, oh, we're gonna give you like a little taste of things, and then kind of like pull back in what you really want to see. And you know, Maul at the end is a perfect example. Like, just fucking drop him there,
Yeah.
and then bye, and then it's gone, and then it's gone, and you're left wanting more.
Is that
Which is
the
good, but
the Star Wars like Lucasfilm version of the MCU post-credit scene?
yeah, that's what that was, I think.
But I think the very, very ending of the movie was perfect. It was just Han and Chewie pushing it up into light speed. That was a great ending.
It was. I mean, overall, I only have one major complaint.
It's L3.
L3.
Yeah, we all know what it is.
Yeah.
But I mean, generally, I loved it. I'd love to see a second one. Unfortunately, it doesn't sound like there's going to be a second one.
You don't think? I'm pretty sure.
There's a lot of stuff going on, like with the box office
They're not
numbers.
that bad numbers, though.
Yeah.
Really, it's
Well,
It's not bad,
with
but
reshoots
for
and
Star Wars.
for Star Wars.
for Star Wars,
Yeah.
yeah. But Ron Howard, that's his highest ranking box office movie, and he did Apollo 13. Like, he had some crazy, like, great movies. I don't think that Star Wars movies should be judged by box office numbers.
I don't
anymore.
either.
Yeah.
Because
But
some great movies flopped. Some
Yeah.
great movies in history flopped.
the Emoji Movie.
Fantastic Four.
Boss Baby.
Yeah, Boss Baby.
Actually, I think Boss Baby did pretty good.
I think so too, because it got a Netflix spin-off.
But
Yeah.
they signed on. Was it Alden?
They
and
did sign a
for
contract
three?
for 3 movies, but I'm pretty sure Felicity Jones, and I think that's just something that they do,
They just do just in case.
Just in case.
Yeah.
But I'd see that in a second. Han Duo, because there's 2 Han Duo Star Wars story.
And I really liked the Easter egg, or kind of Easter egg, the cameo with Anthony Ingruber.
Was there?
Yeah. In the they checked him. It was in that like spaceport or whatever they're in. They're looking for Han Solo, and he was like, he had like the disguise on or whatever. He had something over him, and then they went and questioned another person who looked exactly like Han Solo. It
That
was Anthony Ingruber. Yeah. So it's like everyone wanted him to be Han Solo because he's like a Han Solo impersonator pretty much. And so he like they thought he was Han Solo.
I watched his impersonations. Never quite saw it. Thought they were kind of goofy, but
yeah.
you know, each his own.
About the dice. That was a focal point on the movie.
Mm-hmm.
I think they really want to sell some of those.
Yeah.
I almost
you
bought
think
some.
it's for
I will buy some. So it worked.
yeah,
Yeah.
probably buy some.
I seriously have a tab open on my phone on Chrome that is like at like the shopping cart for those dice.
Nice.
Yeah.
How much are they?
It's like $16.
Oh, okay.
It's
Yeah.
not that
Like
bad at all.
metal?
Yeah.
Steven,
Sir.
would you like? Would you not like?
What did I like? I liked Han and Chewie's relationship.
Mm.
I liked Lando.
Yes.
When the first scene that you hear him in, he sounds just like.
Oh, I
like
know. It's
those.
wild, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man. Falcon. I liked L3. I did.
Yeah.
She was funny. I
Each
took it
their own.
as humor,
Mm.
not anything else. Didn't read into it. It was funny. I laughed.
Yeah.
Thought she was like Jar Jar levels bad.
Dude, there's no way. I thought. I mean, it wasn't like a K2 type droid where
K2 was fucking awesome.
K2 was like.
I was
a
sadder
really
when
good-
K2 died than I was like
Like,
anybody else.
'cause he's
Yeah,
black?
me too. He's British. He's a black Brit. He's South
But-
African, I think. He's like really tall and like, you know.
He's
He
a
has a
long-legged Puerto Rican.
So,
What did
yeah.
you not like?
What did I not like?
Kind of hard, huh?
I mean, I didn't really like how they gave him, his last name Solo, like the origin of that's his last name. But the more you look into it, he was Solo. He kind of embraced it and took it on as he is Solo and he wants to fly solo.
I'm Solo. I'm Solo.
But that bugged me a little bit, but I got through it.
Yeah.
I guess some of the stuff L3 said was kind of like whatever. When she asked, or Lando asked what she wanted, and she said equal rights, and I just kind of looked at my brother. I was like, "But Lando's black."
Yeah.
And then the releasing all the prisoners at the Kessel's mines, which I heard that the guy that plays C-3PO may have been there doing something, or
Anthony Daniels.
yeah.
He was the guy that was hanging out with the other Wookiee.
The Wookiee, the other Wookiee's face. That was weird.
Looks like a Halloween mask.
It looked
Yeah.
weird.
Yeah, why
I didn't
couldn't
like
it
that.
just be like a regular Wookiee like they did with all the Wookiees on Kashyyyk?
Right?
I mean, those were CG, but still, I mean, they were close enough, but they had like maybe like a braid or something like that that it's not Chewbacca. But this one had like a weird ass face, like a whole different look to it.
It did.
Yeah.
I heard someone saying that it might be because they were like starved, and so they just looked weird.
You got like some mange or
maybe.
something.
But wasn't
His
Chewbacca?
face was still weird, yeah.
Chewbacca was like starved and stuff. He was like in a pit.
Yeah. I don't know. His face looked weird. I
But-
didn't like it.
Yeah, it was real creepy. It
Very
was-
ugly.
It looked like a different species,
Yeah.
honestly.
It did.
It did.
And shaved Wookiee. It's a turtle, half turtle Wookiee.
Turtle Wookiee.
I thought that was cool though, the interaction between the Wookiees and
Yeah.
how Chewbacca chose between his tribe and to stay with Solo.
Yeah.
know? That was cool.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if that has to do with the
The life debt?
life debt type thing that he's thinking about maybe in his head
Mm-hmm.
that we don't really hear about, but also it could just be like, I'm needed here. My people are freed. They can take care of themselves right now, even though I
Do
don't
we
think they did.
know? Is it like explicitly stated somewhere that Chewie owes him a life debt? Like in canon?
I think so.
Not
'Cause
in
I don't remember
current canon.
Talking to them about it in the old trilogy.
No, it was like in
Like, hey, this is
expanded.
Chewbacca. He owes me a life debt. I don't remember anything like that.
It was in the EU, but I don't know if there's anything canonically.
Maybe that's
Didn't
like
someone
not
ask,
a
like,
thing.
how they met or something? And then he says, I saved his life, and I feel like they did talk about it. Or maybe it was
I
from a
don't
book I
know.
read. I don't know.
Yeah. Because I don't know if anything Han did, like, was worthy of pledging your whole... I mean, Chewbacca kind of saves himself. He does punch that pole until it...
Yeah.
I mean,
You know?
he saves Chewie on the train, but
That's true.
Han Solo kind of just like comes up with the idea of how to free both of them.
yeah.
It kind of looked to me like they just became, like,
But
good friends. And they kind of both
Yeah.
saved each other.
Mm-hmm. So they feel like they kind of owe it to each other.
Oh,
Yeah.
So I thought like the twist was going to be like, oh, Han Solo owes his life to Chewbacca. So he actually has the life debt, But it's like half and half. Like they saved each other.
no, and that one of the last scenes where Qi'ra's like flying away,
Yeah.
and you just see like Han in the shot, like just looking sad, and then you just see Chewie's hand come up on his shoulder.
They're
Yeah.
homies, dude.
I'm here for you, bud.
Yeah. It's like it's sad, but it's so it's charming. I guess you could say.
Lo mejor de Jalisco. Well, all right, fellers. I think that is a good first of many.
We're at hour 40 something, almost
That's a
2
solid
hours.
episode.
Yeah, pretty solid episode.
So, I think we'll probably leave it there. Josh, I think next week is the Boba Fett week.
Okay.
Yeah, can we do that?
Yeah, we can do that.
All right.
We can definitely do that. So make sure everyone catch us on StarWarsAfterHours.com. You can listen to all the episodes. You can find all of our social media links, things like that on Facebook, Star Wars After Hours Podcast. On Instagram, it's at Star Wars After Hours. On Twitter, it's at SW After Hours. I am Josh Combs, at Josh Combs. Steven?
Yeah.
Want to give your anything?
I am nothing.
Yeah, Steven, thanks for stopping by and talking some Star Wars with us.
Oh, yeah.
I'm Stefan Spolino. Don't follow me anywhere.
I'll shoot first.
Yes. Follow the you know what? Go to iTunes. If you like this episode, go to iTunes. Give us 5 stars. I think we're at 7 5-star ratings.
7 5-star reviews.
Reviews, yeah.
Ratings and with actual reviews on them. So
yeah. We're closing in on 5,000. Still. I'm still trying to get there. I've had to move the goalpost a couple times as far as when I want to get there, but we're only 4,993 away. So let's keep going. So Star Wars After Hours Nation.
7 minus 10. 7 minus 10.
Yeah.
7 minus 10.
Star Wars After Hours Globe. Come through for us.
Oh, also, email us questions or anything, comment, whatever. We got one question I forgot about. It was, we can do a rapid fire one word answer.
Okay.
What is your favorite Star Wars planet?
That's not fair. Oh, man.
You get one word. Yeah, that's a hard one, huh? Because there's so many cool things. I'm not sure, like, whether it's like the physical look of the planet or what happens on that planet, or how prominent that planet is. I mean, Mustafar is really cool.
Yeah,
I think Mustafar is really interesting, but I
would
still
not want
think
to live there.
no,
Yeah.
not at all. But my favorite planet, I would say, that I wouldn't like to live on, is Hoth.
Huh.
And that's just because I love the Battle of Hoth.
I say Kashyyyk.
Kashyyyk?
Oh, yeah.
That's pretty cool. Yeah.
It's
That
like
is cool.
snowy, mountainy, with all the Wookiees.
Mm-hmm.
You never have what does he say? A better night than sleeping in a Wookiee's lap.
That was good.
That
was a good one. Yeah. Solo was a funny movie.
Solo was a funny movie. Oh, man.
Gun to your head, favorite Star Wars planet?
I guess Coruscant.
Coruscant?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good one.
I really like Coruscant. I would
Yeah.
not like to live there.
Really?
Yeah, I'd much prefer to live
Oh, that's true.
in like a...
Naboo, maybe.
That's my favorite planet, Naboo. Yeah. Naboo's my favorite planet.
I would live in Naboo,
Yeah.
but my favorite planet's Hoth.
Yeah.
I think so.
Naboo's my answer. I'm changing my answer. I was thinking, like, I wasn't prepared for this question, so I was like, what is, like, awesome? What is, like, beautiful, but, like, I'd want to live there? And, like, yeah, Naboo's my answer.
Cool.
Because Coruscant's, like, sick, but a little too much for me. A little too much. Too much going on.
Yeah.
I like Takodana. Takodana's pretty, but we only see Maz's castle. I don't know what else is there. What if that's the only thing on Takodana? I don't think there is. Only that.
Yeah.
But maybe. You know?
That'd be kind of weird if
Naboo.
that was the only thing.
Naboo's my answer.
Okay. Well, yeah. If you have any questions, ask us, and we'll answer them at the end of the show. Anything else? Any last words, Steven?
I don't like the sound of that.
Before we kill you on the
Oh,
podcast, on Facebook Live?
I'm looking forward to Boba Fett movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What
Yeah.
about that Bosk movie?
Oh my
Oh my god. That can't be real. That has to be a joke.
It's got to be something. We'll talk about that once we figure out whether or not it's fake.
Amen.
Amen.
Go see Solo multiple times.
Do that.
Darth Maul. Maul.
Bye-bye.
So be it, Jedi. He's no good to me dead.
You will never find a more wretched hive of scum and villainy.
You know what's going on?
Wait,
I thought she might.
quadruple cross.
Yeah, the quad cross.
Quad cross.
Oh yeah. Oh